Hey everyone, my name is Simpsy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn Modern Day Mod here today on the channel. We're back with episode 4 of my Greek series. Here today, continuing still with this war against the Turks. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. I'd really much appreciate it. Alrighty, in the first episode of this series, we went around liberating our old Greek territory in and around Albania, up near Bulgaria. We also managed to pop at Serbia and Romania. And then after that year, unfortunately, I guess the Turks, the Ottomans, one of their old land, they attacked us. They surprise attacked us. And now we've been on the defensive for the first year. We had a pretty good counter-offensive. We held them back. We wasted a bunch of material and equipment of theirs. And basically the next year after that, we did manage to navally invade here on the west coast, but this is just such a slow and arduous war. Firstly, because we don't have air supremacy over the top, as the Turkish Air Force is better than ours. It's just going to, our Air Force is just, quite frankly, is going to get absolutely decimated if we try and go for it. We have to go back and forth in phases. We do have close air support, though. Navy-wise, I would say that you'd think the Turkish Navy would be far bigger than ours, but I feel like they're not deploying it, and I don't necessarily know why. Maybe it's stuck in the Black Sea or something? I don't know, but we have been perpetually convoy raiding quite a bit, and we've been incredibly successful. We've managed, like, we're about to knock out another one here. We've knocked out hundreds of them. So any rubber, any tech metals, fuel, we're basically not going to be able to stop coming in because they're connected to most of the Middle East in their eastern far part. But yeah, I wonder if maybe it's just our Navy. Maybe we've just got so many submarines they just can't detect them even if the Navy was searching for them. Numbers wise, they definitely have the divisions. Arguably still have the manpower, but with the Serbs and the Romanians, we are slowly chipping and pushing away. But I don't know, man. We're in a really bad situation economic-wise. The thing is, defensive wars and Hearts of Iron are super, super tough. Like, nearly now that it's actually been 2 years since this war. I would nearly call for a peace or an armistice here, but our war support is 100. I don't know if that's ever going to change. Our stability is quite low. Our political power is terrible because we've just had an election. The emerging... I wasn't really keeping track of it, and I didn't really mind. But the emerging government's been thrown out, which is not terrible, seeing as we can't get an alliance with CSTO anyway. That could have helped us, maybe. And China's doing their own thing. So now that we're Western Outlook, we might be able to get an alliance with, I don't know, Italy, France, the UK, maybe just other countries. We've lost 135k now, which is quite a bit. Now, we were doing really well holding. We have managed to take tiles, right? But it's just so costly. It just takes so long. And if this was a defensive war... Sorry, if this was an offensive war, this would be absolutely shambolic of a performance. But if we sat here, ideally, for what, 4 or 5 years, build up our Air Force, build up all our Navy capacity, and we're just able to strike and navally invade Anatolia from like 15 different sides, we would have been doing so much better. But unfortunately, the AI attacked me, and sometimes there's not really much you can do about it. But nearly I would make peace for this territory. We fought hard for this, and we're liberating the ancestral coastal Greeks there, liberating the old lands of Troy. Okay, so I've skipped a little bit ahead because there's been a little bit of a peace for some reason. There's been a bit of a ceasefire on the border here. Not too much is overly trading. Probably can rejig my fuel a bit because we're just not really doing any actions. So we don't need the 34... Okay, cool. So let's get about that. So as you can see, we're not pushing. Neither are the Turks. So I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to sue for peace. Our land doctrine is quite high. Air and naval. But yeah, things have really quietened down here. So we've lost over 140. They've lost over 200. Qatar, Saudi still supporting them. Overall, Erdogan is still in charge. But as things go on, I don't know how we can sort of break this deadlock. Our counter-offensive has failed and things have sort of halted. We got some traits we can dish out, I suppose. Now that we have some spare points here. But so far, it just was so costly to take that coastal territory. The Turks are really using their territory and topography really quite well. I've really just been focusing on military stuff here. I haven't even looked down at political or other economic stuff. Like, I can try and make a push here, but as you can see, we're just going to be wasting logistics and material. I don't know, like, if there's a point of just trying to push, like, I don't know, maybe just trying to waste some of their equipment. Like, can we find an opening here? Like, out of the 6 front lines we're trying to push there, only one is gaining us a small slither of ground. The issue we have is... Wait, Romania is like fully supporting Ukraine. Okay. The thing is, if I try and move around from this position and try and navally invade, I think we're just going to lose this territory. It's like, oh, paratroop, navally invade. Well, no, because we're going to lose this push that we got for. We kind of just need them to attack us, but it's a little bit hard when they're not now. Maybe they know it's a little bit untenable. But we've managed to chip away at them a bit. Is there anything here we can do? Promise peace. Like, we can't call for a ceasefire. I do think you should be able to make peace, like, so much more easier in Hoi. I don't know why they kind of block it off a bit. Alright. Things have hottened up a little bit here. We're trying to go for another additional push, but I just don't know if we can get past this. Even if I move half of the forces out to navally invade, it's just too risky. Realistically, the war would probably end just in these lines and things would be drawn up and we would just de facto control this. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a breakthrough there. Can we keep it up? We don't have air supremacy over Anatolia, we just have close air support. I kind of get why this war ends in a stalemate in all the various other series. I think the Turks like won once. But mostly it's just incredibly back and forth. Okay, some of our armored columns are making a central push. Still convoy raiding incredibly well. I wonder if that's hampering their military industrial complex. It must be to some extent. I'm just trying to think how we get out of this. Do we try and sue for peace? Like, oh, I would take this. And then we can come back in within 3, 4, 5 years. Just in the base game, you can't really do it. I don't really have any peace mods either. It's been quite some time, to be honest, where I fought a defensive war that's gone on for this long in Millennium Dawn. Usually this can sort of brick campaigns. But yeah, we're sort of at a... just in an uneasy peace. They can't retake their territory. We ain't giving this up. You'd think they'd want peace, maybe. I don't know. Another 4 loss there. Yeah, it's just ballooning too much. Our economy is booming, though. I suppose we got some of that coastal territory. I'm going to try and request some more forces. Get them over. We'll basically stop recruiting our own. A little bit of a push there. Kurdistan has capitulated. Interesting. Yeah. Ideally, if I was to capitulate Turkey, probably liberating them. Some of the other diaspora communities. Like, we can't join their faction. Like, we might need to look to try and get someone else involved, maybe. Because, outside of external intervention, I just don't know how we get in there. How can we open up another front? Because we're sort of just treading water here. This is coming up... Yeah, it's been 3 years of this war. And you could probably count 15, 20 tiles. I guess we're just going to try and brutally push through this. Another 4 there gone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plans of attack. We're winning 1. So do we try and just distract the other 10 units, lock them down, and then try and get that small little push? Yeah, maybe. Yikes. But you just remember, we are pushing on a defensive war. We're going to have to stop in a minute anyway. At least our army, infantry divisions, generals are quite strong. I'm surprised we haven't lost any high-ranking generals though either. Winning there slightly. Yeah, no way. I don't think we're ever going to actually take Istanbul from this way. It's just to pin them down. Okay, we've completed that. Defense, it's not bad. Organization. I think the second tree is a bit better. I can't remember, I could be wrong. Okay. The Suez Canal blocked. Uh-oh. That's an oof. Now that our political power is back on track slightly after the election, we can spend it on some of the defense contractors. I suppose for them, business is booming in Greece. This is such a slog, I don't know what to say. I guess it's realistic. Oh, they pushed us back there as well. I feel like this is like perpetually going to sort of exist and happen. We can't... I just don't know how we get our civilian industry up. Should I have tried to take out more countries earlier to build up our supply? Like, is this series chalked? I don't know. Yikes. Okay, so I am going to try and promise peace, but So it drops our war support and stability. I guess we have to keep on doing that, though. Like, we can't just straight up offer a ceasefire or peace. Like, realistically, if they're going for 3 years, maybe not. Maybe Turkey would be like, no, that's our territory. We ain't giving you anything. But, yeah. I guess we've been de facto in control of this. Oh, international coalition begins. In Syria, interesting. Maybe that might open things up. Dude, I don't even want to look at our debt. It's actually insane. There's no way we're going to be able to get it until we finish this war. There's no point of getting more units in. International recognition of various countries. I don't think that's going to change things overly. I guess we can upgrade our air defense doctrine. We're going down the sub stuff. We're just focusing on unlocking all of the military stuff. Subs are still doing pretty good active duties. But man, it's just absolutely brutal. What's the quote? War is hell. Let's spend that though. So now we're buffing up our defense a bit. What's that? Soft attack organization. I think I like to go from the right and then the center. It's mostly just soft attack and stuff. Yeah, I think going down this and then is it like the combined arms stuff with the armor? I think that's what we go for. Yeah. Economic boom. The corruption's still pretty high though. Still have naval supremacy overall. I was keeping an eye on their logistics and stuff. There's an election in 23. Unless there's a change of government in Turkey. That might change things. Korea demands reparations. Interesting. So we are going to promise peace. So I just want to see what pops up. Because now they're not pushing. And we're basically just watching each other on this border. To be fair, them pushing against us is probably not the play either. Even where we're struggling. Let's quickly dish out some of those more traits. Might as well. Okay, so offer ceasefire. I don't think we can. Because our war support is just too high. Straight up can't offer peace. No. Yeah, I do wish the ceasefire, armistice, peace options were a little bit more in depth. I'm sure there's mods. But I don't know. Maybe we're just like perpetually in this stalemate. Stability shocking, but the war support's quite high. Well then, I guess we can just try and complete this side of the tech tree and then we'll look for something else. Alright, well, unfortunately on that note, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed episode 4 of this Greek series. Stay tuned for episode 5 coming out at the exact same time tomorrow, where I'm sure we're going to be focusing on this war against the Greeks. Turks, sorry. The Greek-Turkish war. Yikes. I just don't know how we're going to get out of this. I wanted to go around conquering old ancestral Greek territory, but we've been drawn down into this massive conflict, this absolute total war. But hey, that's sometimes what happens. The AI gets the better of you. A superior faction goes on the offensive and be's hyper-aggressive. Yeah, let me know in the comments. How do you think I'm going to get? How do you think I can get out of this one? But thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know in the comments what you would like me to eventually replace this series with. Let me know in the comments, so I can plan ahead and have a rough idea. Comment for the algorithm, all that good stuff. All right, guys, make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpsy, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.